Do what you want.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share this. I share this to a couple of places.
That's fine, Toby. Can you tag me in it real quick, and I'll do the same.
Okay, he can't share anything. Because
Wait. Real quick, then, before we get behind the mask, which my partner, real quick, and DKB picked, I just got to say, why can't you post anything, Shape? You be posting offensive shit, pissing off Zuckerberg or what, bro? Huh?
I feel like it's my civic duty to get banned at least 5 days out of a 30-day ban.
I swear. It's like
If
I last more than 6 days, I feel like I sold out.
You're as bad as Draven, bro.
I don't want to be a sellout.
You're bad. I don't know how I've never caught a ban, because I've never caught a Facebook ban, and it surprises me.
Once you get under their radar, man, it's fucking OV.
I swear. It's like that's what it is.
You buy a $1,000 phone. Start over.
They know. We tried so many different things, and they just every time they manage to link the accounts. So he gets shadow banned on everything.
This is my 23rd account since Facebook started. Yeah.
Got a couple more places to share this to.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say to that, Shape, besides it's terrible.
It's terrible.
Hey, look, I'm going to do something to where I can't see y'all, and I'm curious. If this causes an issue, let me know. I really hope it don't.
Right
yeah, you're froze right now, bub.
Shit. All right, never mind. All right. I was hoping I could go into my Facebook on my phone and start sharing shit, but no. So yeah.
I'm just trying to learn how to switch my profiles here because like they're making my shit change. Where's my casual screen, dog?
I can't see who's joined us, so I can't talk to anybody. What up, 4 people?
What up, you guys?
What up, 3 people?
Oh shit! There is a chat in here.
Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Okay, we probably both count as the 2.
I just sent a message in it.
Where the fuck is my video? Like I am just trying. Okay, so I can't share it. It's not letting me share it to like the actual casual screen.
Oh, Toby, you have no idea how much I relate to this. No fucks given. Now records used to be radio. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you on all these tech issues. It's so fucking funny.
It's such a pain in the ass. I'll be right back. I gotta grab my charger. My phone's gonna.
Yeah, you're good. All I got to say is OBS. Shape. It's just OBS. Because you're running this off a laptop, right?
Yeah.
Oh, OBS, bro. OBS. That's what I use in the long run of things, anyways. When I was running the radio. And dude, you could if from what I'm looking at on this site, what you would technically be able to do with OBS is you could send people a link to this, and they could use this site to log in, and then you could put this browser within the OBS broadcasting system and broadcast OBS as opposed to broadcasting from here.
Honestly, I just show up for the show.
He knows nothing about any of that.
So I made your head hurt right there, Shape. My apologies.
Mm-hmm.
Toby.
Deer in headlights.
Toby, legit, I'm telling you, have a conversation with me, because OBS, I really think it would just help you a lot with these tech issues, because it would just give you a better time frame to just from prior knowledge of what I've done.
I will definitely hit you up about that for sure.
Yeah, totally. Sure. Always. But that's not the fucking point. This isn't about a radio. This isn't about Killa Factor. We'll get to that little shit a little bit later. Well, this isn't about fucking Shape or Toby. This is the casual screen. So isn't it supposed to be about a movie that I just finished watching for the second time? You know how hard it is to watch a fucking movie with a 2-year-old that's a fucking horror film and he just wants baby bum?
No, actually, I do. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Kids are grown.
Baby she has to deal with.
Yeah, he's the only baby. But Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. So this is actually a movie that I hadn't heard of. It actually came out September 14th, 2006. I'm surprised I hadn't heard of it. It didn't do very well at the box office. I know that much. So, which was shocking because it had really good reviews. Like it's even rated like a 76% or something like that on the Rotten Tomatoes, which Rotten Tomatoes
really?
is like, yeah, I feel like they always
Yeah.
rate really low. So that's
Yeah,
actually,
Rotten.
in my opinion, a decent rating. I will out the gate, I'll admit he didn't like the movie. And wouldn't give it a second chance. I watched it. I had to, okay. First time I watched it, I didn't like it. I was like, what in the fuck am I watching? Second time I watched it, I was like, okay, this is actually isn't a bad movie. Third time I watched it, I give it credit. It's actually a good movie.
Hardcore sold on it right when it started out. How they made the Freddy, Jason, and Michael, like all that just seemed like
it was real.
Like all of that really
Like
happened.
it actually really happened.
I was
That's
chugging
really
right
real.
along with it. I was on board. I was like, fuck yeah, this is fucking dope. And then fucking they go and
I don't know why this is
just
what
like
turned him off.
because it was like the fucking not even the middle of the movie. He's like, oh yeah, I'm not that guy. I just like I'm from
spoiler alert. Yeah.
like,
Yo,
fucking K. So
I
like
would
that's
expect
kind of like
anybody
it's kind of like a fucking car rolling up and be like, I'm not a transformer. And it drives off and like that's the movie Transformers. Like, okay, fuck you. You're not a real transformer. Just a fucking car. I don't know, but
I don't know why that's what turned him off about the movie.
I've seen way worse. Child's Play.
Oh my god, stop.
look.
Stop.
I mean, I enjoyed the flick.
Let's have Steve. Oh, Steve.
Yeah,
Let's have Ronnie.
It's time to blame Eddie here in a little bit.
Sorry.
But yeah, no. I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good flick.
I did too.
A lot of the
times watching it though.
See, it didn't for me. I will say, if you watching it, the one thing I noticed is a lot of the violence that ostensibly would have been more high budget, the shit that would have been really expensive to pull off, they did very Hitchcocky, like just off camera.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of in your face. Yeah, there wasn't really.
Give me a B movie.
There was also
some high fucking flute and tootin' Michael Bay fucking movie any day. I love B movies.
There was also
Okay,
very little
cheesier the
nudity.
better.
I love that there was nudity though. Like the nudity scene was pretty great, where it's just literally just tits. There's just tits on screen like that, just right up with the 80s slasher type ordeal right there. That was that was a good little piece. I like there was a lot of reference in this movie.
Yeah, and the fact that he's like, and that's kind of gratuitous, is that's what the female indicates. And it's like, just be quiet. This is my story.
Anyway, who's telling the story?
Yeah. I think it was an interesting dynamic though, because like you said, how Shape said the first thing they did was say, Freddy Krueger's real. And Michael Myers and all this. And firstly, I think it's funny they say Freddy Krueger's real, bring up Nightmare on Elm Street, and then Robert Englund's in it. That's pretty dope.
Well, also there's Kane Hodder showed up.
Yeah. The actual Jason showed up as they're asking him about Freddy Krueger. And he fucking slams his door. He goes back in his house.
Yeah. As a neighbor.
Oh god, that was Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
They're asking him about Freddy. The Freddy
See, that's
murders.
what I liked about this movie.
That was dope. I was sold all the way up until the point where I said,
I wish he'd give the movie a second chance. Honestly, I feel like if he watched it again, he'd feel differently, because that's what it took for me to feel differently. Was watching it a second time and actually, because the first time I wasn't sold. Like I was just like, "What in the fuck am I watching? What in the fuck?
I'll watch it again if you ligma."
Oh my god, stop!
I tried, Eddie.
Anyways, fucking, I would watch it again. Because that's what it took for me. Once I seen, because I wasn't sold on it the first time, I wasn't really into it. The second time, when I actually gave it a second chance, I started catching things I didn't catch the first go around. And then, like I said, there was just nothing but Easter egg after Easter egg after Easter egg in this whole movie. It was great for me. Like there was just so much reference throughout the entire thing. So a lot of reference back to just paying homage to the originals, and the fact that they treated it as it was real life, as if Crystal Lake was real, as if Elm Street was real.
Also, my understanding is they pay homage to this movie in Hatchet 2.
They do
mention it. Yes. Mention Leslie Vernon.
Yeah.
So how they keep going back into these lower budget movies, and I like that aspect.
There is. I've actually got it somewhere right here. There's a reference to Glen Echo and Leslie Vernon, which is made in the 2010 Adam Green slasher film Hatchet 2. The line of dialogue presupposes that the two unrelated films share community with one another. So basically, essentially, that's what happened in the very beginning of this movie. That's how it starts out, is with the gal, and it's actually it's a filmed as a documentary. It's made for you to believe you're watching a documentary be filmed. So in the very beginning, that's what she's talking about. Is she's talking about the occurrences with the others, and it's treating it as it's real life. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff I actually like about this movie. And like I said, the second time around, and definitely the third time around, I started to realize how wonderfully put together the movie really was. There's a lot to this movie, and it takes a lot. There was a lot of thinking. What I liked so much about this movie is we've spent our whole lives, horror fans, watching and enjoying Michael Myers or Jason or Freddy or whatever, and we've grown up really adoring them, but we haven't really seen what it takes for them to be them. We just see them in action, and we see a lot of it from the victim's point of view. What I love about this movie is that it's all 100% the point of view of Leslie Vernon, and the fact that he walks you through all the preparation, everything that it takes for him to do this and pull this off, and that he's been working up to this. This is a thing that he has built. I mean, he's got a whole piece of property that's rigged for the occasion, and he goes through and shows you every last bit of rigging. He tells you how much cardio he has to do just to keep up. So
that's what I love there.
I loved it.
You have no idea how much cardio it takes. You have any idea how hard it is to keep up with somebody when they're running at a full tilt and you're supposed to look like you're walking?
Yeah, you're supposed to look like you're, or how he has to get from one side to the other and not look winded.
That takes me to the Robot Chicken on Adult Swim, where Jason was on there. He would kill somebody and then fucking show him run behind a tree and grab a 10-speed, and he's fucking trekking his fucking bike through the woods to get to the next spot. He hides the bike and shit and jumps off. He's like standing right there behind the tree. Though. He's all winded and shit.
That's really the secret they never show in the Friday the 13th.
Absolutely.
I would get caught the first week of being a serial killer, like in the woods. Like, yeah, I fucking escaped the woods. He couldn't catch me. And I'd be like, oh fuck, man.
Oh god. No, but
no traps.
I really appreciate that aspect of this movie too, and how it just really showed you the other side, because it's not even something that we're like truly I didn't even know that would be something that I'd want to, you know what I mean? Like I never thought that'd be a side that I'd want to see until I watched this movie, and until I watched it 3 times and fully understood the movie. And then I was like, that's actually a great concept. That's and the way they put it together, and the actor Nathan Baesel, I think is what it is, Baesel, Basil, who played Leslie Vernon. He absolutely fucking made the whole movie. He was great. Like the first time I watched it, I was like, God, he's such a fucking weirdo nerd. But then the third time, I was like, he fucking killed it. Like he literally murdered his fucking role. He's brilliant.
But doesn't that worry you a little? Like he was so on point with that role. Like, there's a reason Heath Ledger went nuts after he did the Joker. That's all I'm fucking saying. Like that dude looked like he attached to that role he nailed it.
He really did attach to it, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's like, I'm gonna bring that weird, creepy, bro. I really want to be a real life legend serial killer. I do like how they explained that though too, when they brought in the whole like for there to be good, there must be evil, and that's why certain people had chosen that path. I thought that was a very interesting point that was made.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, he does.
What good would good be if
there wasn't evil? You have to pit something against the other. One thing, it's a yin to a yang. I mean, there is no good without evil, and vice versa. So it really is, there is a certain balance there too. And it was literally all from like the positive perspective of the negative side. Like it was really good. I want him. My mission is to get him to watch it again and appreciate it eventually.
I'll watch it again for you, dude.
Because I really actually enjoyed it. Legitimately, I can say now that I've watched it 3 times, I actually enjoy it.
I would say, movie. Yeah, the other half of Killa Factor isn't here because his boy just happened to be Like
Right.
I'll be real honest, they typically don't do that well, but they was just happen to be kicking ass today at a
That's
baseball.
what's up, man.
So,
That's what's
you know,
up.
they was on it. But he's the guy. That motherfucker's the one who picked this. Like he picked this, and he didn't like it either, Shape. So don't feel bad.
Wow. So
I
he
don't
picked
feel
it and
bad.
didn't like it. Nah, for real though. Like he should
You
give it
know.
a chance again too, because man, I don't know.
I didn't even feel bad for the younglings when Anakin fucking smoked them. So I don't feel bad about this whatsoever.
God. So, anyways, well, I'm gonna read through this stuff here. So feel free to pipe in at any point in time. But anyways, we're basically
I
gonna
can't
give
tie
you a
it back to
basic.
nobody, but I can tell everybody.
Hmm.
What
What's
up,
up?
B the Ninja? Love you, brother. Calamari salami. Anytime you want to scrap,
Oh my God.
meet me in
El
the
Stupido.
meet me in
in the
the
catacombs.
meet me in the catacombs.
Oh no.
Anytime you want to
We are
scrap
not
for that
fighting
title.
in the catacombs. Y'all are fucking stupid. Shut
I've
up.
been talking to my boy El Satanico, and he was like,
my
he's
God.
pretty fucking upset about the El Stupido fucking concept that you got going there, Calamari. So, hell yeah, I'm
And
looking
he just
handsome.
looked. He just complimented you. He was
I'm
just
not El
trying to
I'm not El
compliment you.
Satanico. I'm just
Sorry.
I ran
Okay,
into
so can
him
we
at a
get
bar.
back on schedule here?
I just ran into him at a bar,
Oh my
Calamari.
God.
I'm just saying he's pretty pissed about some of the comments you've been making online. He said meet you in the catacombs any day
Why is
for
this?
Chef Boyardee on a pole match.
Why is this not lying?
Yeah, but
It's still El Stupido. That's right.
all I know is I heard Chef Boyardee on a pole match.
One of the most
And-
lucrative, insane, extreme matches you've ever seen. Loser has
That's
to
a
eat a
rule.
kid. Chef Boyardee.
Wait. We ain't gonna get to this fucking movie the way this is going. But are you telling me that's a real match that's happened somewhere, Shape?
And I'm sure probably.
Oh my God.
I mean, there's a lot.
Okay, I thought maybe you'd seen it in some fucking. I watch a lot of wrestling, man. I watch.
Only
and I've
rumors.
watched-
Only
Shit.
rumors.
Oh my God. Okay.
Just check.
I'm
Go
calling
ahead.
it.
Let's
I'm
get to the
calling
poll.
it. We're moving forward with the movie. I'm calling it here. Okay.
Shout out to Cameron in the fucking catacombs.
Shout out to the catacombs. As per usual, if
Cameron,
you guys are not in the catacombs, join the catacombs.
Join the catacombs.
It is a group
for
on
your-
Facebook. It is to promote
all your
any
underground
shit.
fucking needs. You
The
fucking
best shit you're gonna
right
find,
here.
you're gonna find it there. And also if you're a fan, if you're just looking for somebody who will do artwork or looking for stuff that you might like,
will
new
run
stuff,
into
anything,
producers,
just go to the
artists.
catacombs.
A dope ass shirt or fucking hoodie. You know.
Yep.
Right?
Head
I
over
mean,
to
I
the
got the shirt.
catacombs.
You got the hoodie. That's all I'm saying.
Head over to the catacombs, brother. Promote your shit. It's all love there. No one-sided fucking. You'll dig it.
Yeah.
Join the catacombs.
Dope.
Oh, dude, I fucked around in there. I'm terrible. Let's get to this movie because we're
We're
gonna get
moving forward.
sidetracked because I don't shut the
Moving
fuck
forward.
up. And I love
Okay.
y'all.
And warn calamari.
Okay, here we go. Shut up. All right. This
That's fucking child's play, boy. How she treats me.
are you done?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to move forward? Are you sure? Okay, we're gonna do this now.
Leslie.
We're all
All right,
on the
well,
same
now I'm
page.
the one that's going to interrupt just for shit. I'm just kidding, Toby. Y'all shut up. So,
Ah.
what point are we at in this flick?
Okay. We're starting from the beginning. So,
Wait, can I say, I really do like how they started that flick, like how they started with that particular scene, like it was going to start like a normal horror film. You know
Right.
what I mean? And then they went and cut it to the documentary and then cut back to that later. I did not expect that. I really liked how they played that.
I like
Yeah.
that too.
I did. I remember saying that as soon as it starts out. I was like, out the gate? Really? Damn.
Yeah.
That's usually when you know it's going to be a good horror movie. It just fucking starts out just like a lot of people didn't like the wrestler Kane's movie See No Evil. I mean, it fucking started right out fucking boom, boom, boom. It was like the fucking rest of the movie is just fucking great to me.
Okay.
But not a lot of people agreed.
I can't agree with you on that one, Shape. Sorry.
Let's agree not to agree, but let's agree to let the lovely lady roam.
I'm about to mute both of you.
Hey, man, I made a point about the actual movie we were discussing. What are you talking about? And I was at the beginning. I thought I was on point.
I drifted. Okay, I shut up.
Moving forward. This is the story of an eager up-and-coming serial killer named Leslie Vernon. Leslie lives in a small town, like outside of a small town, called Glenn Edwards, and his life goal is to become this master, like in the art of fear, such as other people like Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers, all those guys.
Jesse Voorhees.
Jesse Voorhees.
Jason's illegitimate cousin.
No, Jesse Voorhees, dude. That's the Wild Wild West version of Jason Voorhees. Yo, fuck him.
But so to document his rise to power, he decides to hire or enlist or whatever. I don't really know how these all. It explains in the end why this happens, but he decides to enlist the aid of these grad students. There's a document. There's a gal. Her name's Taylor. She's decided to do documentaries, stuff like that. And then she's got 2 cameramen that are with her. Taylor decides to have this one-on-one interview with Leslie, who begins to teach her all of the tricks of the trade. He also, proceeds to talk about all the pitfalls that come with the chosen profession, as well as rules, codes of ethics, so on and so forth. So basically, literally, he's giving her all the gems, all the secrets to the lives of these supernatural serial killers.
I love Toby that there was a code of ethics.
Right? Yeah, of course.
That was very, like, the whole thing with the closet and all that. Like, the fact that there were any kind of rules and it wasn't just dude, just make sure your plan doesn't get fucked up. Like, I would think that would be all that it was in that situation.
No, like, there's so much planning, and he literally goes into full-blown detail throughout the first 2/3 of the entire movie, or 3/4 of the movie. Literally is just him walking through with the document. The document. I don't even know what word the camera crew, like, going through and doing this documentary, showing them everything along the way. So like I said, he's running around with this camera crew now, and this gal who's doing this documentary, and he decides to take this crew to the home of his mentor. His mentor's name is Eugene. Eugene's wife's name's Jamie. Eugene's an older guy. He's actually a retired serial killer. So he's one of these guys, but he's retired, and he is the mentor of Leslie.
Can we just say real quick, like 3 days for real in an isolation chamber?
Oh my
like
God,
that?
yes. So like when they go to Eugene, they go in and they find Jamie. And Jamie's like prepping dinner and stuff like that. And they're like, well, where's Eugene? And she says he's out in his chamber, or whatever she calls it. And it ends up being like this coffin essentially in the ground, where he's putting himself down in there, and he's slowing heart rate. He's stopped slowing his breathing, stuff like that. Like, he's basically going into hibernation mode, essentially. And they do this. Leslie proceeds to explain why this is happening to the camera crew and to Taylor, that the reason he's doing this is to train himself to do those things. It's kind of like the guys in yoga who are able to slow their heartbeats down to 4 beats per minute and stuff like that, like to essentially appear dead if need be, which is something that, like with all the guys, like with Jason and Michael Myers and stuff like that, like they appear dead, and the next thing you know, they're not. You know what I mean? So like that he's like giving all these little hints to the tricks of the trade. But anyways, so they dig Eugene up out of the ground. They open basically this coffin thing, and he's asking what day it is, and he's like, or what time it is, and he's like 7 p.m. and Eugene's like, on Tuesday, and he's like, no, on Thursday. Lo and behold, Eugene has been in the ground for three fucking days. So there's that. No, that was great. That was so great to pull him out of the ground. I was like, what in the fuck? But
the actor they're talking about is Herschel from The Walking Dead.
Yes, he is. Well, that's what he's most famous for, is The Walking Dead, and he did play Herschel on The Walking Dead, the gentleman that had the farm. What's her face is Maggie's father. Yes,
I knew I recognized him from somewhere, but I was looking at his face like
he's most famously for Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Tons of other
he's
but that's what he's recognized by me.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
I watched and read that, so.
Right.
Just picture Herschel from The Walking Dead chilling in a fucking coffin.
Yeah.
Learning to slow down his breathing and his pulse.
Because he's a retired serial killer.
And it just gives you the idea of this is how Jason and Michael, not Freddy, because he's more of like an entity.
What's that, Paul?
And how they get away with, like, you know, when they're at the end of the movie and they're like, okay, and they're taking them to the morgue,
Mhm.
and that's how
Yeah,
the
so-
next movie starts out, them coming alive in the morgue.
Right. So like,
you know, they're
that's-
learning to control all their fucking pulse and everything. It's just like, yeah, they're dead.
Yep.
I just couldn't imagine an EMT grabbing fucking Jason by the wrist with all the maggots and shit coming out of his face, checking for a pulse. I just be like, he's fucking dead. Don't trust me. Let's zip him up and get him the fuck out of here. I'm gonna get the fuck
See,
out of here.
that's my whole thing right there, Jake. Is why the fuck in these situations like, oh, well, he's obviously dead. Look, if his head's not off, fuck you. With everything he's done, if his head's not removed from his body, we ain't done.
Luckily for my hero, once they took out a couple of bad movies that were written on the bad script, Michael Myers has been, ever since after part 2, has been stacked away in the fucking mental asylum. That's why Halloween 2018, they go and he's in the mental asylum, you know, and they get him fired back up by showing him the mask. And fucking he would have been fine if they wouldn't have brought that mask in. But that mask, fucking, he just spoke to him. And like you said, it explains where the fuck he's been. Jason, he's either and fucking went to hell, or he's fucking fighting Freddy Krueger, or fucking coming back to life with fucking electricity. Extra. Michael has been fucking locked up since 1982, only to get out in 2018.
Right.
So October 15th, 2021, Halloween Kills.
Can't wait. So, anyways, back on subject. So yeah, Eugene, pull him out of the ground. They proceed to have like this dinner with these two people, Eugene, which is Leslie's mentor, Jamie, which is Eugene's wife. But anyways, they're having this dinner and they're talking about like, now you're getting some insight from Eugene as well, so on and so forth. After this though, we do mention Eugene touches on a red herring situation, so we come back to that. Moving forward though, we go and Leslie starts showing where, like, how he gets his targets, because that's also a process. So he actually goes to like this school and he's pointing out these kids and these students and these groups, and he's showing you how you need some from this clique and some from this clique, and we want these popular jock, you know, this well fit, higher libido kids, and then we want these stoner kids, and then we want we want the virgin, which is the survivor chick, which they did not
survivor girl.
Right,
I like the moniker they put on that, survivor girl,
instead of final. But anyways, so he's going through this entire process, telling them everything, and that leads him actually to Kelly. Kelly is the girl that we see in the very beginning, which we talked about in like just a little bit ago, where we're at the scene where she's taking the trash out, and she has the brake that props the door open. Next thing you know, the door slams shut, but she sees something as well. What she's seeing is Leslie off in the distance. So that's actually the beginning scene, but now we come back to that scene.
And this actress that they're talking about is famous to me to being Lip's girlfriend in the Showtime Shameless.
Yep, Showtime Shameless.
So Showtime's.
Oh, okay.
As an ownership.
Fair enough. Anywho, so then it brings us back to that scene from the very beginning of the movie where we now see the other side of this. We see their side, and how this is actually what he's doing here is actually called a flyby. So this is where he gives her just enough of him to kind of scare her, but so she knows she's seen something. She knows she's seen something. She just doesn't know what she's seen. She doesn't know what's going. It's just enough to scare the shit out of her. But then she just kind of goes on. So then we move forward to that red herring situation that I was just that Eugene had brushed on from the dinner previously. What a red herring is once it's explained is it's basically essentially his first victim, and it's the one who's going to be like this preliminary strike prior to, like, it's who he's going to kill in front of Kelly, so that Kelly has seen him again and is like, oh my fucking God, shit's really pop. You know what I mean? So anywho, we go into the details of the red herring strategy, which involves killing someone who has a marginal contact.
Yeah, can I just say real quick? I love the fact that when they were doing this, one of the interesting things just in how this was edited and pieced together in the long run of things, in my opinion, is that they've got it where they're doing the documentary, they're shooting the documentary, he's explaining it, they're showing things happen, but then when it actually happens, it's typically close to that, but there may be little variables, you know? So it showed that someone was very meticulous in making this fucking film, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, they have like the exact same shot, but with two completely different actors, because one was for what he said was going to happen, and the other was for
Right.
what actually happened.
Exactly.
That was fucking phenomenal.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of aspects to this movie, like for real. Like it was, like I said, it took me 3 times to watch it, but I finally appreciate it for what it's worth. But yeah, so we talk about the red herring situation, the minimal contact with his prime target, but this is not someone who Kelly is intimately close to. So for this, Leslie actually chooses Miss Collinwood, which Miss Collinwood is an old librarian from the Glen Echo Library, who will let Kelly stay late sometimes, which he has stalked her long enough. He knows the situation. He knows that this librarian's there. He knows that they're essentially the only 2 in the library this late at night, so on and so forth. Why am I? Miss Collinwood. Can we talk about Miss Collinwood for 1 second? She is what's her face? I can't think of her name right now.
The Exorcist.
From Poltergeist, yes.
Or Poltergeist, not The Exorcist. Jesus, wrong flick.
Yeah, from Poltergeist, yeah. So as soon as I heard her little bitty voice, I was like, oh.
I always flip those 2 films in my head for some reason. I don't just their names. Like
not even remotely. I mean, they're kind of close, but not even remotely close.
Fuck no, they're not.
One's
like,
literally
the same base subject, but
one's a possession and one's a poltergeist. So.
Yeah, it's just for some reason my head just flips the names.
No,
even though
cool.
I know which film is which. Right. I totally do. I don't.
Sure.
Yeah, my brain's fucking dyslexic.
It's cool, man. It's cool. But yeah, so what?
I'm looking down at my phone. I know what that was.
I know, dude. I know, but that's what half the time you be looking like you're asleep. That's why I have to look at you. I know. You look like.
I was like,
sorry, this is an ongoing thing we've dealt with since October of last year. Anyways, so
what, you passing out shape? What?
Right.
I got fucking severe sleep apnea and narcolepsy and fucking getting it under control, but man, I'll fucking just
so yeah. Mrs. Collinwood, the old librarian, we've decided that she's going to be the first victim. So what he does here is he makes this fake thing about a gal who was his mother, the Leslie Vernon story. I guess we didn't even really discuss that. So the story has it is that the mother and the father, the man and wife, they had gotten married that evening, I guess. She was supposedly raped, and 9 months later she had given birth to a bastard, which was Leslie Vernon. So Silas, the father, and Molly, the father, but he's the father of the bastard child. It's not actually his child. So we've got Silas, the husband, and then we've got Molly, the mother, and Leslie, the child. They supposedly forced him to work out in the fields and so on and so forth and yada yada. He was abused and neglected, and he revolted one day. He supposedly killed Silas and buried him out in the field, and then he took his mother and hung her in the apple orchard. So that's the story of Leslie Vernon. And I guess once the townspeople had heard about this, an angry mob went to the farm where Leslie was staying and pulled him out, bound his wrist, threw him over the side of a waterfall, which is into water, where he went down, drowned, and never came up.
Can we just address real quick, Toby? What the fuck is wrong with people? Like, oh my God, a dude that was a victim his whole life suddenly lashed out at the 2 people that were his fucking utter and complete just fucking destruction of his world. Everything that were doing everything to him that could be horrible, and for that he gets thrown off a fucking cliff. Like, what kind of fucked up society do we live in? Right? I'm just saying. Like, the motherfucker got his retribution, and for it, he had to deal with a bunch of wicked assholes. What kind of shit is that? Not the order it's supposed to go in.
Freddy Krueger just wanted to be nice to the kids at the school, and they fucking got labeled a child molester. In the real Freddy, not the fucking. I get it in the remake. He was actually molesting kids.
Dude, I've watched all those films. They say he's pretty hands-on with those children, dude. Even in the old ones, in the older ones, it was way more subtle. It was way way more
Wes
subtle.
Craven even went on record and to say that that was the aspect that Freddy was supposed to have been innocent the whole time. But like I said,
Oh, was
the remake they come out and say, "Oh yeah, he was fucking molesting kids."
Oh, okay. Well, I never heard that from Wes Craven, but if it came from Craven,
That's where he got the real evil revenge. Like, you fucking burnt me, and all I was doing was being nice to your kids. You know, when I was a kid, there was a fucking janitor, and he was cool as shit, man. He was like, "Oh yeah, he's probably getting drunk in the closet and shit." But he never fingered us or anything.
Oh my god.
So I said, I don't think the punishment fit the crime.
Are we gonna get back on subject?
That's what
Now
I'm
we're talking about
He
Freddy
should have
Krueger.
got thrown off the cliff.
Okay, so angry mob comes, kills him. That's the story of Leslie Vernon. So now he has come back to, as a curse. That's what he wants to appear as. So back to Mrs. Collinsworth, the old librarian. Kelly spends a lot of time here. So he makes this whole newspaper clipping that states that supposedly her great uncle or something like that, Kelly's great uncle, was the man who raped Molly, supposedly, which would make Leslie and Kelly related. But so anyway, she finds this newspaper clipping. She asks the librarian. The librarian's like, "Well, we don't have these anymore, but it might be on microfiche." So she takes him to her microfiche, where Leslie has also replaced the microfiche and made a whole entire segment of how this entire fake thing to fuck with Kelly's head, which it works, hook, line, and sinker. And next thing you know, he pops up to kill the librarian in front of Kelly, which is what was supposed to happen. But when he did, fake Loomis pops up and stops it from happening. Freddie Loomis pops. We'll call him Freddie Loomis. That works. So Freddie Loomis pops up and stops it from happening. Which at first, I had to rewatch it and rewind it and be like, did he actually kill her? Because